All right, welcome everyone. Hope you have had a good day. We are going to be super busy tonight. We have 3 new releases, and 2 of them are pretty base card heavy. So I expect us to be here for a while tonight. But as we normally do, we're going to go over a little information before we actually start ripping into things. So while everybody's getting in and getting settled, let's go ahead and get started with that. So the first thing you see there is a note about feedback. That's simply to let you know that my feedback is completely automated on eBay. Anytime you leave positive feedback for me, you are instantly going to get the same in return. And of course, far more importantly, there is a big thank you. Always appreciate you being here, bidding, breaking, chatting, and hanging out with me on this new release night. This is a look at what is coming up in the days ahead. So this is already listed on eBay, available for bidding now. We're going to be breaking it over the course of the next few days. So tomorrow night is an off night because I'm going to have a lot of stuff to sort after this break. On Friday night, we'll break a half case of Heritage Baseball, which will be the start of a new case. On Saturday, a pair of Leaf autographed multi-sport jerseys. Spots are sold by the first letter of the last name, and all are listed in the football category. A 2020 Leaf autograph baseball bat, and the back half of the case of Donruss baseball that we are starting tonight, we will finish on Saturday night. Sunday night will be an off night. Monday night, we're going to come back and break the back half of that case of Heritage. The one that we start on Friday, we will finish on Monday. So that's how we're looking in the days ahead. Here is what you need to know about tonight's breaks. They are all paid shipping breaks. I'm anticipating the last of it will be out the door on Monday. Now, some of it may go sooner, and if I'm really lucky, maybe I can get all of it out sooner. But because I'm not certain that I can get it all out sooner, we're going to project that shipping date for Monday, and just understand that I will do my best to get it out to you faster. One of the reasons we're not breaking tomorrow night, so I can do some of that stuff. The other thing you need to know, in encased football, if you happen to get skunked in that break and your team doesn't pull anything at all, not even a base card, you will still get a package in the mail. It will have consolation card or cards in it, and it will ship out when the rest of the break goes out. That's the way the paid shipping breaks always work. I'm confident that in Select and in Donruss, every team will pull cards of some sort, so I don't anticipate needing consolation cards there. So first up tonight is encased football. And this is all of our products today are new release products, of course, that came out today. All of the auctions ended tonight on eBay, and we're breaking it the same night it released and the same night it ended, which is, of course, Wednesday night, March the 4th. And this, of course, makes it break number 1, since this is the first case of it. And we started tonight at 8:45 Eastern. You've got team names there on the left-hand side. Winning bidders are across from each team on the opposite side. A new spreadsheet will go up before every break. So the one that you just saw is relative to encased football. So Select Basketball will be our second product that we're breaking tonight, and Donruss Baseball will be our third and final break of the night. So if you are in for the Donruss break, I'm going to say you probably have somewhere in the neighborhood of maybe an hour to an hour and 15 minutes, give or take 5 or 10 minutes, before we will actually be doing Donruss, because encased is fairly quick, but the half case of Select Basketball I anticipate will probably take us about 45 minutes, something like that, I think. Now, you may have noticed that your background went out of focus there briefly, and, well, not briefly. You might have noticed a moment ago that it went out of focus. It's going to look out of focus for the entire break in the background. But we don't care about the background, right? We care about the cards. And by doing that nice little tweak there, we're going to be able to see our cards a little better. And we won't have any of that pesky zooming in and out. So, woohoo! So encased football, it's an 8-box case, and there are 5 cards per box in this product. As you probably remember, one of them is going to be a graded card. This product has been around for, I don't know, is this its 3rd year, guys? Or let me think, 2016 might have been its first year. Is that right? Yeah, so this would be the 3rd season of it. We're in 2019 football, so yeah. I think 2016 was the first year. That sounds about right anyway. So as I like to do when there's only one pack per box, well, in this case, there'll actually technically be two. There'll be a pack for the non-encased cards and a pack for the graded encased cards. But I like to just get all that out first when we have cases that don't have multiple packs per box. It's just a little easier, usually, if we do it like this. That way, once we get started, we can keep on trucking. Hi, Jay Allen. You said you're only here for 5 or 10 minutes. I know, man. I haven't been seeing you this week. I figured you were either really busy or really tired of me. One of the three. Maybe all three. Could be all three. Yeah, but I know, man. I've been missing you, Jay Allen. Been wondering where you were. And you need the Panthers in here. All right. We're going to try to get the Panthers for you in here. We've been pulling a lot of Panthers out of Select Football and some of our other recent football products. So hopefully we're going to have that same kind of luck tonight and pull you a handful of them, or as you say, multitudes of Panthers out of here. I will do my best, sir. This is always such a fun product to open. I enjoy this product so much. They never, ever, ever let me buy as much of it as I want. But, you know, we have enough to break it a few more times anyway. But I would break this infinite number of cases if they would sell them to me, because I love it. I love this product. All right, so what we will do here is first open our small packs. We'll save our graded cards for last. Those are the ones in the big red packs over there. So that's how we're going to go along here. All right, let's see what we have got to start things off with. Our base card is LaShawn McCoy for the Buffalo Bills. I didn't mention that, did I? But we do have base cards in here. And that's one per box, so not an extraordinary number of them, obviously. Some relics. It is numbered 275, Darrell Henderson and the Rams. Darius Slay comes out for the Lions with a relic numbered 220. So our third one, by default, is going to be an autograph. That is Andy Isabella, the ever-present Andy Isabella, for the Arizona Cardinals. You've also got an inscription on there with it and a relic, hard-signed autograph, numbered 250. And, of course, our second autograph for the box will be the one that is there in the graded format. So we're looking for basically one base card, a couple of relics, and a couple of autographs, including the graded one in each of our packs. So this little base card here is numbered. It is numbered to 25. It's Jason Witten for the Cowboys. Got to get a little different size sleeve for that one, not quite as thick. We have Gary Jennings Jr. that is out for the Seattle Seahawks with a relic. That is numbered to 10. Looks like that says over there. Not a bad looking relic there for Seattle. And here come the boys. Tony Pollard for Dallas. Mr. Pollard has 4 relics on his card and was numbered to 50, even though I think I might have held it upside down. It's numbered to 50. You probably saw it anyway. Riley Ridley and the Chicago Bears. There's your hard-signed autograph, inscription, relic, the whole shebang, numbered to 50 for Chicago. Our base card is Johnny Unitas for the Colts. We have a Phillip Rivers relic for the Chargers. And the Phillip Rivers relic is numbered 250. A Troy Aikman relic. Cowboys doing all right tonight so far. Nice little Aikman relic, also numbered 250. Kansas City Chiefs with Len Dawson. Hard-signed autograph, trio of relics. It is numbered to 25 for Kansas City and Len Dawson. Ooh, we have a redemption coming up. So the redemptions, I keep them face down until we finish the break. They stay right up there in housekeeping. We flip them over at the end, find out what, if anything, they're numbered to on the Panini website, and verify the teams and all that fun stuff. Numbered to 10, it is Christian McCaffrey for the Panthers. Green Bay Packers, Jordy Nelson. And that is numbered to 10. That's quite a relic, isn't it? I kind of dig that relic, though. It's very bright. I like it. Hey, here you go, Jay Allen. How about a Christian McCaffrey Future Wave? Oh, no, I thought it was going to be autographed. I forgot we had the redemption numbered to 50 for the Panthers. I was thinking that was our last spot in the pack. Well, at least we're not going to skunk you on Carolina anyway, right? That's the good news. Hopefully we'll find some other things for you as well. Alvin Kamara for the Saints, the base card. TJ Hawkinson, Lions. TJ will be a relic, trio of relics as it turns out, and it is numbered to 75 for Detroit. The Saints and Michael Thomas with a relic numbered to 50, and our autograph here, little throwback time for the Buffalo Bills. It is Bruce Smith. And hard signed autograph, numbered to 15, trio of relics. So there you go, Buffalo. I know, Jay Allen, we did need to have some ink on that for you, on that Christian McCaffrey. And daggone it, if I hadn't forgotten about that redemption being in there, I really did think that was going to be signed. I was like, oh, good, it's the last one. The Lions and Matthew Stafford, the base card. Bradley Chubb and the Broncos with a relic, number 225. Here's another Panther. This is Will Greer. And Will has a trio of relics, numbered 2. Why do I turn that one the opposite way every time? Numbered 250. And our autograph is Malcolm Jennings for the Eagles. Hard signed autograph, numbered 250. Brett, the Bruce Smith, yeah, I think it was to 15. We'll see it again in the recap, of course, but I'm pretty sure that it was. Here is another redemption, so it's going to join its brother up there in housekeeping for the time being. Buffalo Bills, Josh Allen, base card. Ronnie Brown, Dolphins, number 250, relic. And the New York Giants with a Daniel Jones relic. A quad relics, actually, not just a relic, but 4 of them. It's numbered to 50 for the Giants. All right, our last pack of regular cards, but we still have all of our graded cards to look at and our 2 redemptions, so don't wander too far off. Numbered to 5, the Tennessee Titans pull Corey Davis for the base card. TJ Hawkinson, a second TJ Hawkinson for the Lions. Nice looking group of relics there. Multiple colors, numbered to 25. Zeke and the Cowboys will be a little relic of some sort. And it's numbered to 5. So very low number for the boys. And it looks like another autograph for the Bills. Thurman Thomas this time. I'm digging that. More throwback ink for Buffalo. Thurman Thomas, love him, right? And it's a 1 of 1. Woohoo! I didn't even notice that till just now. Little tiny letters it says that. So Buffalo, you got yourself a 1 of 1 hard signed autograph for Thurman Thomas to go along with your other autograph hit. So not too shabby right there. They almost made that little 1 of 1 hard to see, didn't they? Okay. Our graded cards are coming out. First up, the Cowboys and Ezekiel Elliott. This is numbered to 10. Hard signed autograph, of course, and relic. Card is graded to 8.5. Autograph graded to 10. Just goes to show you how hard it is to get a card that will grade to a 9 or a 10, considering we never even touched these. These were only touched by the people who made it and the people who signed it. And then it went off to be graded, and Still doesn't come back a 9 or 10. That's why they're worth so much. They're so hard to get 10s. Okay, we have Dwayne Haskins, hard-signed autograph, inscription, 1 of 1 for the Redskins, our second 1 of 1 for tonight. It is graded to 9, autograph graded to 10. Nice hit for the Redskins with the 1 of 1 Dwayne Haskins. Then we have Noah Fant. That is numbered to 50 for the Broncos. It grades out to 9.5. Inscription, hard-signed autograph. Autograph grades out to a 10. Hi, Nicholas. Yes, we did have a couple of Lions. Looks like Brett filled you in on that in chat there, and you'll see them, of course, in the recap. Nick Bosa, 49ers. Autograph grades to a 10. Card grades to an 8.5. Looks like a hard-signed autograph as well, and it is numbered to 25. And hi, Brett, by the way, too, and thank you for answering that question for Nicholas. Next up, J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, Eagles, autograph grades to a 10, card grades to a 9.5. These are some of my favorite relics in here when we get the cap patch. That's what that is. So awesome. And inscription, Fly, Eagle, Fly, hard-signed autograph, number 225. Panthers, Jay Allen, how about you, buddy? See, you just needed to hang out with us for a minute tonight, and Mojo's working. Will Greer, Panthers, autograph graded to a 10, card graded to a 9.5. It is numbered to 5, and it is a hard-signed autograph. Headed to Jay Allen with his Carolina Panthers tonight. Eagles, another J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, out of the same case, both graded. So crazy. Autograph to 10, card graded to 9.5, also inscribed Fly, Eagles, Fly, and numbered to 25. Once again, a non-card autograph. Edward's here too. Hi, Edward. Jarrett Stidham, numbered to 25 for the Patriots. Card is graded to a 9. Hard-signed autograph. Autograph grades to a 10. Okay, so that is what we need to see, other than we've got a couple of redemptions we're going to flip over. After we flip our redemptions, we're going to go to the Panini website and find out a little more about them. Then we will come back and recap everything, okay? All right. First around is Devin Singletary. So the Buffalo Bills kind of crushed this break. Rookie endorsements is our card set. And the other one is a Melvin Gordon, which will be the Chargers reserve signatures. So let's go find out a little more about it, shall we? Let me get us on the right page. Well, I'm on the right page. I've got to bring you with me, though. All right. We need to... I thought I had this drop-down menu already set for the product, but apparently I somehow didn't, did I? Thought I did. I guess I must have dreamed that. Now we'll try it again. All right, we'll look up the Melvin Gordon first. Reserve signatures is our card set. Card number 13. Melvin Gordon, Chargers, as expected, and you can see there it's going to be numbered to 25. So give me a second here. I'm labeling this up. Now we're going to look at the other one, and that is rookie endorsements. It will be card number 13 for the Devin Singletary. Rookie endorsements. All right, Devin Singletary, Buffalo Bills, as expected, and numbered to 50, the big 5-0. All right, we are ready to come back and get our recap on for our first case of Encased. Let's do our relics first. I think that's probably the easiest way to go about it. So you've got the Dallas Cowboys and Ezekiel Elliott, the nice quad relics for T.J. Hawkinson and the Lions. And then the Giants had Daniel Jones. The Dolphins with Ronnie Brown. Carolina Panthers, Will Greer. The Broncos, Bradley Chubb. Saints, Michael Thomas. There's your other TJ Hawkinson for the Lions. The Panthers with Christian McCaffrey, Jordy Nelson for the Packers. The Cowboys and Troy Aikman. Phillip Rivers, Chargers. Tony Pollard, Cowboys. For the Seahawks, Gary Jennings Jr., Darius Slay for the Lions, and then you have the Rams and Darrell Henderson. And where were our one-of-ones? Were both of our one-of-ones in signatures tonight? I'm just making sure that I didn't fail to point one out. I think they're both in signatures. I know I pointed them out when we went through them originally. I think one is there and one is here. Yeah, we'll find out in a second, I guess. So a redemption from Melvin Gordon. That'll be the Chargers. Despite my bad handwriting, that sort of does say Chargers. It's not going to be numbered to 25. Buffalo Bills hit a redemption. Devin Singletary to 50. Here is one of our one-of-ones. You can kind of make it out right up there. They hit it on us, but we found it. Thurman Thomas for the Buffalo Bills. These are hard-signed autographs all the way through. Numbered to 50, Malcolm Jennings for the Eagles. Numbered to 15, you have Bruce Smith for the Buffalo Bills. Kansas City Chiefs, Lynn Dawson to 25. Chicago, Riley Ridley, 250. And the Cardinals with Andy Isabella, numbered 250. Now we're going to take a spin through our graded cards, the cards that get encased its name. Numbered to 25, the Patriots, Jarrett Stidham. The card is graded to a 9. The Eagles, J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, 9.5. Card is numbered to 25. Carolina Panthers and Will Greer. Card is numbered to 5, graded to 9.5. Eagles with another J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, numbered to 25. Card graded to 9.5. A Joey Bosa for the 49ers. It is numbered to 25, graded out at 8.5. Noah Fant, 9.5, numbered to 50 for the Broncos. Here's that other one-of-one. Sweet little Dwayne Haskins hit for the Redskins. 1-of-1 and graded out to a 9. Last but certainly not least is Ezekiel Elliott, and that is numbered to 10, graded out at an 8.5 for the Cowboys. All right, kids, that takes care of encased football. We are going to roll next into some select basketball. And let me get us all situated for that. Give me one hot second here to get a couple of little things situated, and then we're going to get ready to roll with that. For one thing, I'm getting the Panini website set up for it, because you just almost know that we're going to somehow pull redemptions out of here, right? I mean, we just are, I bet you. We almost always do. Yeah, out of Panini stuff anyway. Okay, so if you missed me speaking about this earlier, here's the deal. I expect that I can get everything out the door by Monday. I may be able to get some things out sooner. If I'm super lucky or I just don't sleep, I might be able to get all of it out sooner. But because I'm not certain that I can, I'm going to leave Monday as your projected shipping date, and I will get out anything that I can get out faster than that. I will do so. And, of course, consolation cards applied to the product we just broke, encased football. So if you did not pull a card at all, base or otherwise, in there, you are still going to get a package in the mail. It will have consolation card or cards in it, and it will ship when the rest of the break goes out. That's how we do the paid shipping breaks always. And, of course, select basketball and Donruss baseball. I anticipate every team pulling cards, so we should not have to worry about consolation cards in either of those. So in case football is completed, we're about to start select basketball. If you're waiting on Donruss baseball from this point, I'm going to estimate that you probably have about 45 minutes. We would be getting into your product, give or take 5 minutes or so on either side. It is a 6-box half case of 1920 Select Basketball, and this is break number 1. Once again, it just came out today, so we're busting into it tonight, Wednesday night, the 2nd of March. Same format that you saw a moment ago. Team names are on one side, winning bidders up in lights across from each team on the opposite side. And Select, of course, is, crazy, right? Like, I think people would sell their children for Select basketball this year. And Panini themselves put a little bit more of it up for sale today on their website. Guess what they were asking for it? Many of you probably saw it. It was $427 a box. Now, mind you, that wasn't one of those Dutch auctions that they like to do. That was their price that they listed on the website, despite the fact that the suggested retail price on this is something like, I don't even remember, $150 or something, or $180, I don't know, something like that. They listed it for $427 a box and sold out of it almost right away. It is just crazy. Yeah, insane. All right, so Select. We are, of course, looking for zebra parallels. We're looking for our autograph cards, anything else that it wants to give us. Where rookie jersey autographs are possible. We're looking for 3 autograph or memorabilia cards per box, and it always says on average. And what that means is occasionally they might short us a hit or something like that. Also, they might occasionally replace one of our hits with a points card. So if they replace one with a points card tonight at the end of this break, we will use random.org to find it a new home. Hopefully we won't have any points cards, but honestly, you never know in here. You just never know. Edward, I know you are I'm just now reading back up through chat. We're kind of booking through tonight, and I haven't had as much time to look at chat. Edward's excited about his Eagles hits. I don't blame you. Those were nice, man. Really nice. Brett says you've watched 2 breaks, and the second time you've seen the Eagles Fly inscription. Yeah, I would say a lot of the Eagles players, if they tell them to do an inscription, I'd say a lot of them would probably choose that as their inscription. You know, that's kind of the theme of the team, if you will. And Brett, you're right. That was a very nice case for the Buffalo Bills. Encased tons of Bills in there. Eagles did well also. Several teams did quite well in that one. Jay Allen is out of here for tonight, but he needs some mojo later for Orioles, Rockies, and Nationals in Donruss. All right, I will do my best. And Edward, I'm like you. I love Select, so I'm excited to dive into this one myself. So, of course, just regular base cards we're not going to spend any time on. We will buzz right on past them. Parallels and things we're going to take a little deeper look at. So, for instance, this one for the Pacers is Victor Oladipo. It is a prism. I don't see any numbering on it, but obviously it is a parallel. And you'll note over here that somewhere over there it says Premier. Like Select in football, there are 3 different categories of base cards, each one potentially having a different image on it. So that's kind of how it rolls in Select. A tie-dye Trae Young for the Atlanta Hawks. Like Select in football, our tie-dyes should be numbered to 25 as we go along. And our first hit of the night, it is coming out for the Phoenix Suns, Cam Johnson, numbered to 99, autograph and relic pairing. Which, by the way, did you guys hear that they have reconfigured Spectra basketball yet again? You know, it's been like 3 years in a row they've reconfigured Spectra, and they've messed with it again this year, but supposedly they've added a lot more rookie content. Because, you know, it used to, have none, really. And then they would put in, a couple years ago, they started putting in 1 or 2 just in base cards. And then gradually have worked their way over the last 3 or 4 years into some hits. So, sounds like this year will be a lot of rookies. Andrew Wiggins, that is an example of just a base prism. So we're flipping that over right now because we're in box number 1. In our subsequent boxes, I will call out either player name or team name or maybe both, but we will not stop and flip those over once we get out of box number 1. Ditto for this is just an insert set called Top Selections, and of course also a prism, but an unnumbered one. Here comes Scope and Jrue Holiday for the Pelicans. And looks like Scope is not numbered this year either, but of course, once again, is a parallel despite the fact of not being numbered. Still makes it unique in that sense. And a base prism for D'Angelo Russell, Golden State Warriors. And this one is the courtside level. So again, the 3 different types. Courtside, Premier, and Concourse, I believe, are the 3 names for the different cards, varying in rarity, of course. And there's a Zion Williamson base prism rookie card. So if you've got the Pelicans, you want as many of those as you can find tonight, you're going to want. We know that's true. The Pelicans were not cheap in here tonight. Not that we expected them to be, but they definitely were not. Number to 199, it is a Walt Frazier for the Knicks with some autograph. I started to say with some ink and switched it to autograph. I was feeling for a sticker. I don't feel one, so that appears to be a hard signed autograph for Walt Frazier. Behind it, we have ourselves a little die cut Jarrett Allen for the Nets, numbered to 175. I anticipate we'll find plenty more of those die cuts as we roll along. Kevin Porter Jr. and the Cavaliers base prism. And remembering all this unnumbered stuff, even like this, since they are not numbered, we won't keep flipping those in future boxes, only in the first one too, so that you know that I'm telling you the truth, that they're not numbered. The Wizards and Bradley Beal. Our maroon or red, this one's actually red, I think, Jokic coming out, numbered to 199 for the Nuggets. It is always hard for me to remember the numbering in here versus the numbering for the same colors in football are often different, oddly enough. Jackson Hayes. So Nola, it's what you wanted, but maybe not the player that you wanted. You did want to find something, though. So that is a relic for Jackson Hayes. And Chris Middleton for the Bucks. I will probably, I guess, in subsequent boxes, I probably won't sleeve that unnumbered stuff either. I will wait and do that after the break, unless it is Zion or Ja Morant. Those we'll sleeve as we go, but the others, if they're not numbered, we'll probably just sleeve them after the fact to kind of keep things rolling tonight. Since we have got so much stuff to do, we have to make a dent in it. Edward, you need some PJ love, PJ Washington? I like PJ Washington. Gina's here. Hey, Gina. How's it going? What's happening in your neck of the woods? I did go see that story that you said about last night with the kid. That was really sweet. Gina was in last night telling us to check out a story that hit about Vermont basketball where there was a player who was highly recruited, and after he had already signed a scholarship deal, but before he ever played, he was in an accident and had some brain damage, I guess. And anyway, result is they kept him on full scholarship at the school, but he never had played ball for them. So to fulfill his dream of playing college ball, on the senior night there, they put him in the game, and the other team let him score a basket and everything so he could officially have played college ball for them. But it was a really sweet story, so I'm glad you told us about that. I was glad to see that. It was really nice. Well, it's good little feel-good stories about college hoops that makes us all happy. All right, this is the Pistons. It's numbered to 25, probably going to be tie-dyed. And I swear to you, no matter how many times I hear this guy's name pronounced, I can't say it. I just can't say his name. Dumbuya. That's so wrong. Anyway, it's the Pistons. It's tie-dye, relic, and autograph. And sorry to that guy because I just crushed his name. That was terrible. Dwight Howard for the Lakers. It is numbered to 99. And you guys always are phonetically spelling it out to me, and I've heard it pronounced. I just can't say it. Rudy Gobert. And that was for the Jazz. And then we have another red, red, maroon, whatever we're going to call it. Zach LaVine to 199 for the Chicago Bulls. And there's a little Chris Paul base prism. And just as a kind of a side note, I haven't really seen any yet, but we probably will see some cards in here where maybe the player is wearing a uniform from an old team, but the team printed on the card is the new, current, correct team. It will always go to the team printed on the card, not the uniform the player is wearing, in cases where they don't match. Kyle Kuzma to 65 die cut for the Lakers. And a little prism insert here for the Lakers as well with Zach Norvell Jr. I think that actually said Jr. And these again, cool looking, not numbered. Harrison Barnes for the Sacramento Kings. The Wizards and Rui Hachimura with a relic out of box number, whatever this is. This 2? Yeah, box number 2. It's bad when I have to start thinking about what box we're on this early in the night, isn't it? All right, Brandon Clark and the Memphis Grizzlies. Next up, a Rui Hachimura that is a base prism. So we'll get, Rui is kind of like Zion and Ja, one of the, there's a handful of them we'll sleeve as we go with their prisms. The rest will do later. Toronto Raptors, Rondae Hollis Jefferson relic. And Luka, base prism for the Mavericks with Mr. Doncic. This time last year, of course, we were chasing after him. Stang Lover, you said if he was a Kentucky Wildcat, I would pronounce it right. You're probably wrong. I still don't think I'd be able to say it. Yeah. We've had players where I've butchered their name their entire career and afterwards. So, yeah. Tremont Waters, numbered to 299. And, well, I guess I should show you that before I lay it down. I was just trying to get to the scope. I didn't even show it to you there. Giannis, the Greek Freak, Milwaukee Bucks. That wraps up box number 2. The Crypto Man says he thinks the Zion is probably worth $100, the Prism Zion base that we saw. And I don't know what they're going for from here, but that was a concourse, so it wasn't a courtside or a premiere, but it was a concourse image on there. But even so, all things Zion these days, yeah, they do go for some money, so. I'm just reading Gina's comment that she saw the shipping notice where I printed the label tonight for Heritage baseball, and of course if you've had other breaks where stuff doesn't hit on like a memorabilia break, a free shipping break, I send those consolation cards whenever your next package goes out. So Gina had some consolation cards due, so she says she's excited she's going to be in the money after she gets Well, the truth of the matter is, Gina, you've had good luck with a lot of those consolation cards. You pulled some okay stuff out of there. So, hey, better than nothing, right? And as far as the National, I do not anticipate that I will be going to the National. I really don't have time for that most of the time. Stephen, I know there are base Zions in there. There are all kinds of base things, but we're not going to stop and look at every individual base. As I kind of outlined in that first box, we're talking about the things that are prisms, things that are numbered, and things that are autographs or relics. We definitely are not going to stop. Unfortunately, we just don't have the time with the number of cards in this and our other breaks tonight to stop and look at every individual base card. You're, of course, going to see them as they go by, but no, I'm not going to stop and, really talk about just a base card, unfortunately. Even though I know it's exciting when it's Ja or Zion, at the end of the day, we still have to kind of keep rolling. Numbered to 75, that is Jokic and the Nuggets. And that's the way we do all of our breaks. We stop on the numbered things and the parallels and not the base. Garland and the Cavaliers. As in most products, the base isn't really worth a whole lot. Tyler Hero for the Heat. A parallel for Mr. Van Vliet and the Toronto Raptors. But I assure you, of course, when I go through to sort this, I absolutely know who the players are that need to be in sleeves, whether they are base or otherwise. I promise you, I know who's who in basketball. Keldon Johnson for the Spurs, and they will certainly be handled appropriately to get ready to go out the door. Utah Jazz and John Stockton. That is numbered to 99 with an autograph hit. Well, as I said there, Crypto Man, they will definitely go out the door the way that they should. So no need to worry. They'll be properly taken care of. LeBron James and the Lakers. And Biratsi for the Pacers. Gets us through that little chunk. The Chicago Bulls up next, numbered to 199 with Lauri Markkanen, an autograph and relic pairing. And alongside that is a die cut Andrew Wiggins. And the Andrew Wiggins is numbered to 249. He was still a Timberwolf on that card, so of course that's where he's going to go. DeAndre Hunter comes out next. That's for the Atlanta Hawks with a relic, our only relic out of this box. Rudy Gay comes out with a scope pattern. And Kobe White is next for the Chicago Bulls, numbered to 299. All right, we've got Siakam with base prism and a parallel for Kawhi Leonard and the Clippers. A little die cut PJ Washington. There you go, Edward. For your Carolina Panthers, it's numbered to 99. The die cuts in here, like the ones in football, tend to have a little more curvature to them than even our standard base cards in here. So just be aware of that. For some reason this year, the die cuts are a little more curved than the standard base. I mean, we're all used to Select and Prism and Chrome and all those cards having a little curvature just because of whatever coating they put on them to give them their shiny little flavor, if you will. Tends to make them curve a little bit, but for some reason the die cuts are worse this year for whatever reason. Gita says, I know who's who as long as I don't have to pronounce it. You're right about that. It's terrible. And I can't explain it. The only thing I can think of that might explain the fact that I have virtually no ability to pronounce names is the fact that I really didn't take any foreign languages. I took Latin. That was it, which was, of course, a dead language. I took a couple of years of Latin, and it has been so long ago that I don't even remember any of the Latin, even though I used to be able to read and write it. I can't anymore. And yeah, I think if I had taken some foreign language classes, it doesn't even probably matter what language, I probably would be a lot better with pronouncing names other than, say, Smith or Jones or whatever. Edward, you're funny. But you know somebody's going to take that seriously, Edward, and then think that, yeah, so there's always somebody. So you got to be... I know you're kidding, but yeah. That is Jimmy Butler with a Prism, base Prism, followed by an Admiral Schofield base Prism for the Wizards. The wonderful Wizards of Oz. Poor Wizards. I don't know what they're ever going to do. And then they're so deep on John Wall's contract. Like, whew. They're going to have to move some pieces around. Admiral Schofield. This is our white parallel. And here it's numbered to 149. In football, that's numbered to 35. But in basketball, we see that it is numbered to a whopping 149. So big difference there. There's another scope, and that one is Rui Hachimura, of course, your rookie for the Wizards. And we have a scope Thibault, Matisse, a hit for the Clippers, Mfiondu, numbered to 99 for the LA Clippers, autograph and relic pairing. Behind that is an Aaron Gordon base Prism. And a little tricolor Paul George there, also for the Clippers. The Phoenix Suns have a Dragic, a Goran Dragic hit coming your way. And that is our relic from this box, headed to Phoenix. We have a base Prism for the Greek Freak in Milwaukee Bucks and Giannis Antetokounmpo. A red parallel for Romeo Langford Boston Celtics, numbered to 199. The big 199. Everything is numbered so much higher, it seems, in basketball, doesn't it? The lower numbered stuff is, the lower numbered stuff is in football. I think we already seen our relic, so is this going to be ink? I think it is. For the Grizzlies? Oh, please be ink. No, they gave us another relic. Daggone it. That's 2 relics in this box, and we should have had... Well, no, that's right. They say it can be either or. I just get used to 2 autographs and 1 relic. It's Kyle Guy for the Kings, but it is an either or in here, so, man, I got my hopes up for that, too. Well, still good to have, though, if you've got Memphis, the Ja Morant relic. Samanic, numbered to 99, die cut for the Spurs. Vucevic, Magic. That was a base Prism. The Crypto Man, you said the Zions are worth more than the hits so far. Well, sometimes it does work that way, doesn't it? You get somebody who's a really hot player in basketball, and yeah, I mean, you could really turn a decent profit even on a collection of base cards of Zion and Ja. Although in breaks like this where the teams are a lot more expensive, you have to hit quite a number of them to turn a profit if you don't at least hit some decent parallels in here too. Not as much for Memphis. You could hit a few less and still be okay with Memphis, but of course New Orleans is so pricey these days. You really You need to hit, in addition to a handful of base, you need to hit a few parallels to try to get out with it. Ah, Steve, you were waiting on the jaw, Morant. Okay. Well, that helped you out a little anyway. Gina. You took 12 years of English and you still struggle with English names. I feel that way myself. I've taken, you know, however many years, 16 years of English. And apparently I struggle with English names too. So there you go. All right. We have got ourselves Nickeil Alexander Walker. That is headed to NOLA, and it is numbered to 199. The Lakers, numbered to 149. A little JaVale McGee, and that one obviously is a hard-signed autograph. You can tell because he took up pretty much the whole card, so that's all right, too. Followed by Talen Horton-Tucker. That's another one for the Lakers. That was just the insert, of course, for Talen. The Cleveland Cavaliers, numbered to 99, is Kevin Porter Jr. for Cleveland. Relic and autograph pairing. JJ Redick, that is a base prism for NOLA. A base prism for Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors. Kyle Guy for the Kings. A parallel for Devin Booker. A little D-book for Phoenix. You know I love my ex-UK guys, so I am a Devin Booker fan. JJ Redick with the scope pattern. It's a JJ Redick kind of box, isn't it? A red die cut Lillard. The Dame is numbered to 175 for the Blazers. And there's Jackson Hayes. That's also New Orleans with a base prism. Victor Oladipo parallel. One little chunk left here out of box number 5. And the Wizards have John Wall, speak of the devil, or we should say speak of the extremely high contract that prohibits their ability to bring in other people. John Wall and the Wizards. Even though I love John Wall, man, they're paying him a lot. Nickeil Alexander Walker, that's another base prism for New Orleans. And another tie-dye, our second one tonight. Tyler Hero, nice. It's 25 for the Miami Heat with the Tyler Hero tie-dye. So that's good for the Heat. We are rolling into our last box of this half-case break of Select Basketball. And, of course, after we open and look through these packs, we will then take care of our recapping. So we'll look back through our autographs and our relics and any cards that we have that are numbered to 49 or below, which in this instance I think so far are just our 2 base tie-dyes at this moment in time. Yankees cards 2 is here. Hi, Yankees. Steven, you saw another jaw base go by. All right, cool. That is good. Always good to add up the base for a few guys anyway. Jaw being one of them, Zion being the other. Make you a little bit of money back. Of course, don't give up hope. We've still got some hits to find in here too, so we may still find a big one yet before we finish out with this last box. We're going to try, anyway. Yankees fan, or Yankees cards, you want me to remember to call you Charlie? You know my poor old brain. I will do my best, brother. I'm going to try really hard. But there's a reasonable chance that at some point I will glance over there and see it and just call you Yankees because I will forget in my multitasking in my poor old brain. But I will do my best to remember Charlie. All right, is that a deal? I'll try. There's another Ryu Hachimura that is a base prism for the Wizards. The Knicks, numbered to 199, bringing home R.J. Barrett, autograph and relic. Base prism for Tristan Thompson and the Cleveland Cavaliers. A base prism for Zach Norvell and the Lakers. The Atlanta Hawks, Al Horford. And that is a relic as well. So 2 relics out of this box at the moment. Another Doncic, and that's a base prism, Luka. A white parallel, the guy whose name I can't pronounce. I'm not even going to try this time. It's the Pistons, numbered to 149. I'm just going to call him SD. I know. I just can't remember. I just can't get it out of my head. I can't. I try. Andre Drummond for the Pistons with the scope pattern. And a scope of him again. Same guy. SD for the Pistons. Then we've got a red Jarrett Culver for the T-Wolves. And the Culver is numbered to 199. We've got one little stack left to peruse here and see what we can come up with. An R.J. Barrett parallel for the Knicks. A die-cut Malik Monk, currently suspended indefinitely, from the Charlotte Hornets, numbered to 175. I mean, like, whatever that kid did, drug-wise, it was bad. Enes Kanter for the Jazz, numbered to 49. We got another relic. Ooh, man, that was a 3-relic box. Oh, that's not cool. That's not fun. But on the bright side, if you got the Miami Heat, you do get a nice little Tyler Hero parallel. So a couple of Hero parallels. The tie-dye in that one for Miami Heat. And the last box was all about this man, R.J. Barrett. There he is again for the Knicks. A die-cut blue to 249. So lots of R.J. Barrett in that last box. All right, so we are going to do a little recapping here. Once again, it's going to be our autographs, our relics, and our two tie-dye cards, because our other cards were not numbered lower than 49. And since there's so many numbered cards, same thing we do in Select Football. We just recap what is numbered to 49 or lower. All right, so we are starting off here. Hi, Brian, by the way. Brian jumped in. Hi, Brian. Okay. Oh, we did have an autograph out of there. You're right. The R.J. Barrett was an autograph. You're right. So it wasn't a 3-relic box. It was 2 in him. For some reason, I thought he came out of the box before, but I guess you're right on that one. Tyler Hero, tie-dye, number 225 for the Miami Heat. Trae Young tie-dye to 25 for the Atlanta Hawks. Those were the 2 cards we had that were numbered 49 or less. All of our other numbered cards in here higher. All right, Enes Kanter and the Jazz. Our relics recapping first, obviously. There is Al Horford for the Hawks. John Wall, the Wizards. The nice little Ja Morant there, so the Grizzlies aren't going home without something. Goran Dragic, Phoenix Suns. Atlanta Hawks, DeAndre Hunter. And Rondae Hollis-Jefferson for the Raptors. The Wizards and Rui Hachimura. And the New Orleans Pelicans for Jackson Hayes. The R.J. Barrett that we were talking about a second ago for the Knicks. Kevin Porter Jr., Cavaliers. For the Lakers, JaVale McGee. For the Clippers, it is Mfiondu Kabengele. For the Chicago Bulls, Lauri Markkanen. Throwback John Stockton, Inc. for the Jazz. Brings us to the guy whose name I cannot pronounce for the Pistons. And someone typed it in there again where we could, but I've lost where you typed it in there. But either way, I butchered every single time. But it's a tie-dye. It's a nice one for the Pistons. Walt Frazier, more Throwback Inc. Knicks. And then Cam Johnson for the Phoenix Suns. All right, so that wraps up this half case of Select Basketball. That is going to bring us headlong into Donruss Baseball. Donruss Baseball is going to be a really, really long break, I think. I can't remember. I haven't broken it since last year, but the best I recall, it takes us a pretty good little chunk of time to get through that. Because a half case of that, it's 8 boxes. It has more cards than some whole cases have, but either way, we're going to dig into it here in a hot second. Let's get our info up here again. So, yeah, guys, if you want to know when your stuff is going to ship, I'm hoping it will be on or before Monday. I know that's far out, but there's going to be a lot of stuff to sort. It takes a lot longer than you would think it takes to sort and ship a break that has a lot of base cards. Like you would think, oh, it shouldn't take any longer than it takes to break it. Oh, but it does. Much, much longer. So whatever I can get out faster than Monday, I will. And otherwise, if I haven't gotten it out before then, Monday should be the day. If you got skunked in and cased, you will get a package in the mail anyway. It will have consolation card or cards in it. It will ship when the rest of the break goes. In Select and Donruss, everybody's going to pull cards, so we do not have to worry about consolation cards there. You're just going to get shipped whatever your team pulls. So that is how that's going to work. This is an 8-box half case of 2020 Donruss Baseball. This is going to be break number 1, another product that just released today, Wednesday, the 2nd of March. Same night it ended on eBay, same night we're breaking it. And same format. Team names are on the left-hand side, and the eBay user ID of our winning bidder is across from each team on the opposite side. So that is how it's going to shake out tonight. Since this is kind of a big case, you know, normally I take the boxes out, I number them. We use random.org to figure out which ones we open now, which ones we open later when we start a case and don't finish it in the same setting. But since this is such a big case, what I'm going to do is this. The first 3 people that want to type something in, tell me if you want the left side of the case or the right-hand side of the case. And we will take the majority out of the first 3 responses that pop up on my side. Which, by the way, sometimes they pop up on my side slower than you type them in. So, all right. So, I'm just looking for 3 people to jump in there and tell me that. Edward, you're out of here. All right. We'll see you next time, man. Charlie loves baseball. He's excited. We're finally getting to the baseball. I know, right? Hi, Betsy. You said this is your first time joining us. Well, welcome. You've got the White Sox, Indians, Yankees, Blue Jays, Cubbies, Royals, and the Cheaters. The Cheaters. God, they are always going to be known as that, aren't they? Well, we're going to try hard to have some good luck for you tonight, too, Betsy. All right. So has anybody typed in here, guys? Betsy said the left side. And Charlie said the left side. And no third person has come in, but honestly, it would be 2 out of 3 anyway, so left side it is. All right, so let me make sure I've got the label facing me so that I'm grabbing the left side. And we're going to dive into some Donruss. There are 3 autograph or memorabilia cards in each box. Again, you know Panini's deal. They say on average, so sometimes they might give us fewer than they should. Sometimes they might replace a hit with a points card. but for the most part, we should expect to find 3 autographs or memorabilia cards per box. If we do find points cards, we will give them out at the end of the break using random.org. If we pull ourselves any redemptions, we will set those aside until the end of the break, and then we'll go to the Panini website and find out what, if anything, they are numbered to and verify the team and all that happy fun stuff at the very, very end of the night. This product is as much parallel as it is base. I mean, honestly, there are just about as many parallels as there are base cards, maybe even more. I don't know. Every year they add more parallels. So as such, we will stop on the things that are numbered and probably not stop on every single card of the things that aren't numbered or hits, because, I mean, literally like half the cards are parallels of some sort. The very first time as we go through this first box, we'll talk about the various inserts and what they look like. But beyond that, if we would, we probably will stick to the tried and true, which will be the numbered things and any autographs and relics and that sort of thing. All right, so Betsy says, come on, baby shark. Oh, yeah, the blank cards. Oh, Betsy, those are like gold to me. I love those things. Unfortunately, you may very well end up getting some because I use them in shipping. But yeah, I don't do anything with those other than hoard them myself and use them when shipping cards out to you guys. Panini used to put them in a lot more products than they do now. So at one point in time, I had quite a quantity of them. And these days, they don't come out as frequently. And I'm down to really just a few dozen. So I'm always happy when it's time to open select and a few products that still use those. It makes me very happy. So for those of you who maybe don't know what in the world I'm talking about, it's those blank cards. I always show you the front and back of them so you see that they're blank on both sides and that there's nothing stuck to it, more importantly. And those things are great for card protection when you're shipping and stuff like that. So, yeah. Of course, that's not the reason Panini puts them in there. They put them in there because they're trying to grab those people that... the pack feelers, you know what I'm talking about, that like will go into the hobby shop or whatever and kind of try to discreetly, do this and feel every pack to see if it feels like there's a hit in it. So they put those little dummy cards in there so they think, oh yeah, I'm going to buy this pack, it's got a hit in it, and they get it home, it's just that blank cardboard. So yeah, I think it's funny. I think it's good to get them. All right, so Jay Wheeler is here. Yes, we already did Encased. It was the first one up tonight. Yeah, the Cowboys, you did well tonight with it, Jay Wheeler. You did well. You're going to be happy with your Cowboys tonight. So I won't spoil it for you, but it's going to be good and you're going to like it. Charlie, we're going to try to come on big money there for you. And Charlie says he thinks they're called dummy cards. I call them dummy cards too a lot. I also call them blank cards and all kinds of things. But whatever you want to call them, that's what they are. That's why they're there. Filler cards, blank cards, dummy cards, whatever. Jay Rivers is here. Jay Rivers, how are you? How are the kitties? How's life? How are things? Are you still in Tennessee? Did you get hit by that tornado? Or are you up in New York? I can never remember where you are. Okay, so high numbered to 650. It's a hollow foil, Robbie Ray for the Diamondbacks. A lot of stuff in here, frankly, will be pretty high numbered. So depending on how much of it we see, we may stop and call out every number. We may not stop and call out every number. That's a hollow foil Mike Trout. For the Angels, it, of course, was not numbered. Even on the regular base, there are tons of parallels. There's a Diamond King for Shane Bieber. There will be numbered versions of Diamond Kings. That wasn't one of them, but there will be some. And more parallels. This product really is almost all parallels these days. It's like every year they just add more parallels. So that's why I'm telling you we're only going to stop on certain things, or we'll be here till we all keel over. That's number to 349. It's Kansas City Royals, Bobby Witt Jr., and a rated rookie parallel. Another Shane Bieber for the Cleveland Indians. We will also not flip these out of every box, but as we often do in the first box, we flip them more often just to demonstrate that they are, in fact, not numbered, or the ones that are numbered, as case may be. There's a Trey Turner for the Nationals, still yet a different parallel, but also unnumbered. More hollow foil, Walker Buehler for the Dodgers. There's more Diamond Kings base. Yeah, so, yeah, lots of base. Lots of parallels and lots of base. So there you go. Here's an example of a Diamond Kings that is numbered handily on the front, making life easier, isn't it? Numbered to 317. That is a hollow foil for Mr. Fernando Tatis Jr. and the Padres. And there's another hollow foil, but one that isn't numbered. So even on the base, there may be parallels that we have, that, you know, nickname parallels and whatnot as well. So again, not calling all of those out as we go. All right, this is Domingo. You know, I can't say it. Alaya. I can't say it. Anyway, Domingo is probably going to have to go out separate, right? Has he signed? He's not signed with anybody in the U.S., is he? That I remember. So for now, he's going to set up there. And I'll have to check that out. I want to say he's not currently signed with anybody, but I wouldn't 100% swear to that, but I don't think he is. Another Diamond Kings that is numbered to 187, that one, Marte, for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Hollow foil Hernandez. And, of course, if he's not with the team, we'll give him out using random.org at the end of the break. So that's how that's going to go. A Trevor Story for the Colorado Rockies, and that is numbered to 99. You can kind of see it down there in that lower corner. To me, that looks like the hyper pattern, but hyper is generally lowered number, so it can't be hyper. It's got to be something else, but I can't tell you what right off the top of my head. He's a comedian, that guy. See, I didn't think he was a comedian. I thought he was that guy that pitched down in, like, Cuba or something, that was supposed to be some big, you know, whoop-de-woo guy. That's who I thought it was. I didn't know he was a comedian. So I've got the totally wrong guy anyway. So there you go. So he will go by way of random then. So, for sure. So there you go. I've never heard of that guy, so I didn't know he was a comedian, and obviously I have him mixed up with somebody else entirely. 100% entirely thinking he's someone else, so there you go. A high-numbered hollow foil, numbered 2, looks like that says 500. You have Mazzara. And so on and so forth we go through a giant pile of stuff. Which is now you're kind of getting the idea of why we only want to stop on ones that are numbered or hits. Because there's so many, many, many parallels otherwise. It's always had a lot of them, but in recent years, it just increases. Like every year, it seems like they've added more parallels and there's less base. Should just be all parallel product pretty soon. To 650, that is Albert Pujols for the Angels. right, this one is numbered to 100. Mr. Noah Syndergaard for the New York Mets. A little Thor action. To 100. I like that they're numbered on the front. That does make our life a little bit easier, so we're not constantly flipping. So that does help a little. Oh, the Acuna was numbered, Charlie? I didn't think it was. I looked at it and I didn't see the number on it. I mean, it doesn't really matter in the sense that all the cards ship anyway. I just generally set aside the numbered ones in case somebody asks me a question later, like, hey, what was such and such numbered to? And I guess, you know what? It was probably numbered. I'm looking for it. Oh, see, it was numbered on the side, and the other one with this pattern was numbered down there. So I was looking in the same spot, but stupid me, Panini's never going to put it in the same place twice, are they? Because that would just make my life too easy, wouldn't it? So yeah, it was numbered to 999, but yeah. So all the cards ship in here, so it really technically doesn't necessarily matter where it's numbered. I mean, where it's stacked, I just, again, try to set them aside in case somebody asks me later a question about it. To 249, there was another numbered Acuna. Aha, at last, a hit. Oakland A's, A.J. Puck. That is Signature Series Hollow Foil Autograph numbered to 99. Our first hit out of box number 1. Takes a while to get to us, but it eventually gets here, doesn't it? Eventually. Yeah, Charlie, we got it out of there. Thank you, though. I do appreciate, of course, you telling me about that one. I'm sure I would have found it when I was sorting, but again, I like to kind of keep them separate in case somebody later says, hey, what was the blah, blah, blah number 2? And you're going, oh my gosh, I've got like 1,400 cards over there. I don't know. And that way, if you set them aside, it's a little easier to deal with if that comes up. And Alex Bregman for the Astros, or as Betsy calls them, the Cheaters, numbered to 119. I think Betsy's not going to be the only one calling them the Cheaters this year. I think they're going to have a hard life on the road. I am thinking it's not going to be fun to be a Houston Astro on the road this year. Brendan McKay, Tampa Bay Rays. I expect big things from this kid this year. I do. I think he's going to be... I mean, we saw him last year. I think he's going to be obviously a lot better this year. That was also numbered, but to 999. So, like, yeah. But I expect Brendan McKay to be better than the small sample size we saw last year. And I think we'll see more of him this year. And I'm looking forward to seeing that. Nolan Arenado and the Colorado Rockies. I need a different sleeve for this one. Hold on, that's thicker. Hold on one little memento here. I need to get a different sleeve for that one. I didn't have quite enough out on the table for the thicker ones, but now we do. So the Colorado Rockies and Nolan Arenado with a relic. That is our second hit out of this box, right? We should be finding 3, and that's our second one. All right, Diamond Kings Javi Baez. Looks like it should be numbered. It isn't. I just flipped it over to make sure because it looked like it should be, but it's just a base hollow foil. So there you have it. Here's our third one. It comes out for the Indians. Aaron Savale for the Indians. I say his name wrong too. Signature Series Hollow Foil. So that is our third and final hit out of box number 1. And that's how we're going to be rolling along here for the next little bit while we open up 8 boxes of Donruss. You're gonna bang that. You're gonna bang that against your trash can, Betsy. You know what? I have thought about, like, you know, if some team, I don't think any other team would really do this, because for one thing, the commissioner's office would put the brakes on it. But I think it would be hilarious if, like, some of the other teams did a trash can giveaway or something. Like a little mini trash can giveaway on the nights that they play the Astros. I think that would be hilarious. But of course, the commissioner has made it clear he doesn't want any retaliation against the players, i.e. don't beat them with the ball, and he wants it to just die down and whatever. But I've got news for the commissioner. It's not going to just die down overnight or all season, because they got to keep their rings. That's the thing. In any other sport, you don't keep your ring or your medal. In the Olympics, you're stripped of your medal. NCAA basketball tournament, you win that and later found out you've had some violations or some kind of inappropriate conduct, you're stripped of that national title. I mean, you may always know you won it, but it's officially, you're stripped of it. And pretty much any sport you can think of, that's what happens. They don't get to keep it. But in baseball, they did. So I think that's another reason people are super mad about it, because not only does it look like they cheated their way to the World Series, and maybe they would have won it anyway. No way to know, because, well, they cheated. So no way to replay all those games without doing that and know the outcome. But the fact of the matter is, nobody thinks they paid a very high price individually, the players, and therefore I think the hostility, even amongst other players, is significantly higher than if the players themselves had been punished. But they really weren't. I mean, they're going to have to live with a lot of grief right now, but they still get to keep those rings. Charlie says people are going to beam them anyway, no matter what they said. You think, Betsy says they're going to set a team record for being beamed. They might, indeed. Charlie, you're still salty about the fact that Aaron Judge missed out on the MVP award that year. Yeah, in 2017. And see, that's a valid point, too, because Altuve takes it home, and had all of that been not going on, you don't know. Would he still have? Would he not have? I mean, I don't know. No way to know that either. Well, Betsy says the Yankees kept all their steroid rings. Well, I guess that's true, too. That is a valid point, too. Numbered to 32. There's a low-numbered one. Another parallel for Noah Syndergaard and Mets. Numbered to 100. A Mike Trout for the Angels. So, yeah, I mean, listen, everybody steals signs. That's part of the game. It's that you're just not supposed to do it electronically the way they did it. But I guess, did you guys see what Trevor Bauer did? The pitcher now for the Reds. We got him last year from the Indians. So in a preseason game, he just told him what he was going to throw. He just tipped his pitch every single time before he threw, and still struck the guy out. But I thought that was hilarious. He's like, yeah, you don't need to bother to try and steal him. Here's what I'm going to throw. And basically daring them to hit it. Numbered to 500, that is Arozarena for the Cardinals. And the fact that he still struck him out is very funny to me. Of course, Trevor Bauer is just outrageous anyway. It's numbered 399, Brandon Crawford. Or actually 398, I think it was. Because Bauer just doesn't care, man. He's just going to say whatever, whenever. He just totally does not care. He's just going to let it all hang out. Another Acuna. This one is numbered to 149. Loads of numbered Acuna parallels. In fact, we may start sleeving them later since this is mostly higher numbered stuff. We'll see how many we pull out of this box in general, but maybe that. Wander Franco, well, we'll sleeve him now, even though that is to 999. A rated rookie, Wander Franco for the Tampa Bay Rays. $200 million man, Christian Yelich. And the Brewers. So, who knows? I think it's got to be hard to be an Astros fan too, because if somebody comes up to you and says, for instance, oh, Jose Altuve shouldn't have had that MVP title, or you guys shouldn't have won the World Series, or whatever. If you're the Astros fan, how do you kind of defend that? Because, I mean, it's the Astros' own players said, yeah, we cheated. So I think it'd be hard to be a fan of them right now as well as a player, just because of all the pushback you're going to get from, like, everybody. That is a USA Baseball, numbered to 999. Clayton Kershaw is on the back. And Asa Lacy is on the front. So we're going to have to deal with that too. That's going to set up there in housekeeping, and we'll deal with it and any others that we find like it in a bit. Speaking of Brendan McKay and the Tampa Bay Rays, now you've got a little ink to go along with your parallel earlier, a signature series autograph for the Rays. Shortly behind it, another hit out of this box. Corey Seager has a relic for the Dodgers. Yeah, I started to strip out. This one's nice, to 5. And that is Daniel Mendick. It's a press proof. I was like going, where's our, yeah, it's up there in the corner, press proof. So a low numbered one there for the White Sox. I think I'll just set those, that and the Thor, maybe we'll set aside. Those are probably low enough both that they should be recapped at the end. So yeah, I considered briefly, that's another one that's going to have to go up top, not doing the base, stripping out the veteran base, which we do in some breaks that are really card heavy, really base card heavy. And then I thought, well, that really isn't going to save me hardly anything. Most of the cards in here are the parallels. Barria for the Nationals is our third hit out of this box. Trace Barria. All right, so the Natties are on the board. Betsy, I didn't do a bidding category for the Team USA cards because, I mean, I guess I could have, but basically there are veteran players on the back, right? So they would also have a case to be made of having a claim to the card. So what we will do with those is first go to random.org and determine whether it will be the USA Baseball player on the front or the veteran on the back as to how the card is awarded. So if it ends up going to the veteran, then of course all those cards will just go to the team on the back. If it ends up that random awards it to the USA Baseball side of the card, then we'll use random.org and all those USA Baseball cards will go out as a group to a team. Numbered to 999, Eloy and the White Sox. So that's kind of my hesitation of doing a separate bidding category in here for Team USA. I do it with a lot of other products, but I didn't really want to do it in here for that reason. Okay, so the Astros with a little contenders insert that's actually pretty cool looking. I mean, it's not numbered. It's just a kind of a base insert, but it's kind of cool. I mean, I like it. So they get props for that one. Nice looking card. Of course, we hope to find the whammy card. If not tonight, it would be in the next half, we hope. But that's another one that Panini likes to just call it an ultra rare card, so they don't technically call it a case hit, and it is not technically guaranteed to come out in every case. Now, usually it does, but certainly there are instances where it doesn't come out of a case, which I guess is why they won't technically call them case hits. They just call them ultra rare inserts. But anyway, we may find a whammy. We're going to try. Hope that we do. It's along the same lines of From Downtown that we would find in baseball, or I mean in basketball or football from Panini. Looks very similar, the artwork and stuff. But called Whammy in here. Jay Rivers, you said it's tough being a Braves fan when John Rocker shot his mouth off. You had to humbly take grief from the Phillies fans. I know, it is. It's tough that way. And Charlie, you got to leave tonight. You got to go get some rest. I feel you, man. I feel you. Well, I'm glad you stopped by to see us, Charlie, and we will carry on and try to continue to have some good mojo while you're getting your Z's. Betsy, you said there should be called the cheatenders instead of the contenders. That's the first time I've heard that. The cheatenders. Sounds like chicken tenders, doesn't it? I like it. I like it. It is funny. All right, so yeah, we're gonna be here a while to finish this. I mean, that's why I kind of was warning everybody all week it would be such a long break because the Donruss just takes forever. And if you think it takes forever to break it, oh, it really takes forever to sort it and get it ready to ship. It's actually a rather absurd amount of time. It will be an entire work day just to get this product sorted and somewhat ready to go out the door. Which, I mean, you know, there are people who like to collect base sets and stuff, so you understand it, but man, I wish they'd have a little less cards in there. Numbered to 999. That was Ketel Marte for the Diamondbacks. And this should also be probably numbered to 999 based on the pattern. What does it say down there? Yep, that's what it says. And that is Joey Gallo for the Texas Rangers, of course. And number 275, my man Aristides Aquino for the Cincinnati Reds, baby. We'll see what my Reds put on the field this year. I really hope that is better than the last, 100 years? I mean, good Lord, it feels like it's been 5,000 years since the Reds were good. It hasn't been that long, but man, does it feel like it. Been in the extended drought of, well, just bad play. Just bad. So maybe with some of our young guys it'll help. Of course, it would also help if the Reds front office would stop going out and spending tons of money on aging guys to rent them for a season or two when we're not in win now mode, because we don't have the pitching to be in win now mode. So there you go. That is numbered to 318. It is Kirby Puckett for the Minnesota Twins. I mean, our pitching's getting better. But for the life of me, like, why do you go spend all this money on these old dudes? Not old in life years, but old in terms of baseball years. We all know how that goes. Aroldis Chapman for the Yankees. And I don't know why, but we keep doing it. Just year after year after year. And you sign them for a year, maybe two, or you get these other short-term rentals. And, I mean, that's not how you build a team. Like, what are they doing? Get our young guys and keep them. Stop trading them away in dumb trades, which is the other thing we do. Or we get a guy and we play him for a few years, and then he gets really good, and then we have to trade him away because we don't have any money to pay him. To 650, Milwaukee Brewers, Lorenzo Cain. And why don't we have any money to pay him? Because we're paying, like, Moose a bazillion dollars to hit a couple of extra home runs. So, I don't know. Can you tell I'm frustrated with the way the Reds have played last few years? I mean, I might be. I might be. Surely I'm not alone. Number 250, Corey Kluber, Texas Rangers. It's going to take me a while to not automatically say the other team. Hard to get used to Kluber being a Ranger, isn't it? I think so. A lot of guys, right after they get traded, I'm such in the habit of you just say their name and their team prior, former, just automatically pops out. You have to retrain yourself to that new team. Another high-numbered parallel. 500, I think that said. David Dahl, Colorado Rockies. Somebody's car alarm's going off. Can you hear that? Jay Rivers, you said President's Collection. What is the President's Collection? You know my mind wanders, and then I forget what I was most recently talking about by the time the chat pops up. I'm sorry. It's 249, Eloy Jimenez for the White Sox. So you might have to refresh my memory there for a hot second. Oh, the last parallel. Okay, all right, thank you. Yeah, sorry, you're talking about the Corey Kluber, right? Yeah, so I was, what did I do? I called out the number, right? And then I got started off on sidetracked about the team. I know. That's what happens. My mind just kind of wanders off onto another topic, like the fact that it's hard to remember that he's a Ranger. Okay, number 2, 349, Aristides Aquino, Cincinnati Reds. Poor little Cincinnati. This looks interesting. What have we here? Vlad Guerrero Jr. with an as seen on TV insert, which is a very cool looking card. It's numbered to $9.99 though. Like, come on, Panini. Put those in there and make them low numbered, and we'd all like them better, wouldn't we? I think we would. But that's a hallmark of this set, that a lot of stuff is high numbered. It's just part of it. We know that before we embark upon it, I guess. Taylor Clark, that I put in upside down. Okay, Taylor. Now you're right side up. So Taylor Clark autograph, is that our first, or I've lost track out of how many have come out of this box. Anyway, Diamondbacks have that autograph. I feel like this box has been going on for a really long time. And I know it hasn't been, but it feels like it has been. We've been doing this same box forever. Ooh, now this, kids, this I'm going to like. Not that I don't like the other stuff, but Toronto Blue Jays and my man Bo Bichette. Signature Series, hollow foil autograph. I like it. Even though I'm a Reds fan, I like a lot of the young guys on the Blue Jays, and I think they have an excellent young core, and they're fun to watch, and he is a good part of it. Ozzy Albies for the Braves also went in upside down. Daggone it. I don't know why. Anyway, there's your Ozzy relic for the Atlanta Braves. Gil says, oh, Gil, you're excited that it's a live Donruss break. Oh, man. Yeah, these Donruss breaks are forever. You've got some intestinal fortitude if you're looking to set through a bunch of Donruss breaks in one night. I can barely set through the one we're doing. Oh, but that's truthfully because we've already broken 2 other products ahead of it. So by the time I get to this part of it, I start thinking, ooh, man, like I'd like to get up and stretch my legs a little bit, but we don't. We keep on trucking. Yeah, see, Betsy typed in there that you needed a Bichette autograph right before it popped up. So it's like you conjured it up, Betsy. You created it or something. I like it. I like it. Gil, you like the Donruss cards? I like the way they look too. Some years I like the designs more than others. I'm not wild about the base card design this year. I don't know, it's not my favorite. But I do like a lot of the parallel designs in here this year. So considering that there are really as many parallels as there are base, overall, I do like it. Oh my gosh, Jay Rivers, this is your 4th break of Donruss tonight and 3 more to go. You're going to watch 7 Donruss breaks tonight? Oh my gosh. Are you, do you just have like a case of Red Bull sitting next to you? Are you just guzzling caffeine? I don't know. Even when I watch other people's breaks, if it has a lot of base cards in it, I find that I can't stay focused on it very well. I look for the hits, and then I'm start pulling up other breaks and multitasking and half paying attention when it's not just this, any product that has a lot of base. If I'm watching somebody else's, that's what happens. You said you need sunglasses for the glare from the parallels. Yeah, right on. You said airbrush hats remind you of 80s Captain Crunch cards. Oh, Gil, you don't need to apologize at all, man. We're happy to have you. No. I'm not saying that at all. No. We're definitely, you're welcome here, and you can chat with us as much as you want. I encourage it. I like it when people chat in the breaks, and I'm glad you like the cards. I'm just speaking from the standpoint of you got to remember, I've been sitting here a while, and I broke a couple other products first. So for me, it's harder when I've got a lot of cards all in a big night, you know? But no, I'm not knocking them at all. That's numbered to 25, so that's a decent parallel, too, for the Blue Jays and Bo Joseph Bichette. No, and a lot of the Donruss rated rookie stuff. I mean, it's all the rated rookie stuff from Donruss, whether it's baseball or other sports. It's really highly desirable cards. The rated rookies in particular, of course. Numbered to 500, Mr. Fernando Tatis Jr., San Diego Padres. Got a lot of juniors playing baseball right now, don't we? Quite a few, it seems. Quite a few. Oh, you're getting your first Jumbo and Hobby Box Series 1 and a hobby of this over the weekend, too? Oh, boy, you are going to have yourself some fun. You'll be ripping for a while to get through all of that. Number 250, half-century mark, Whit Merrifield and the Kansas City Royals. Yeah, because Series 1 and 2 and Update, of course, those have a lot of cards in them as well. This is Jacob deGrom, numbered to 999, or 349. Sorry, I'm so used to saying 999. That's to 349. I usually don't even sleeve things that are numbered as high as a lot of this stuff is tonight, but for whatever reason, I'm in that groove, so we're going to keep it that way. We have a redemption right up there in housekeeping. It's going to stay there face down till the end of the break. And at that point, we will flip it over, and there's another little contenders card, and check it out. And then we'll go to the Panini website, find out what, if anything, it is numbered to, and all that jazz. So we'll deal with that at the end. In the meantime, it hangs out right there. And let's see, what else can we find in here? Have we found our hits yet? I've lost track. Yeah, we found the Bichette. That was out of this box, right? Yeah, so we found a few anyway. Number 225, Brian Abreu and the Houston Astros. I wonder if the whole cheating scandal, I guess it's an if. I guess it is affecting it, but I'd be curious to know how much it's impacting prices for autographs of, say, guys like Bregman and Altuve. Numbered to 650, that is Josh Donaldson for the Atlanta Braves. Because I would think it's got to probably have a reasonably significant impact, right? On their prices, I would say. Jay Rivers, the next two breaks that you have coming up are both full case breaks. Oh, those will take forever. To $9.99, there's another Bo Bichette. Those are going to take so long, man. Because there's no fast way to do it. I mean, no matter how much you gloss over the base and the unnumbered stuff, just the sheer fact of getting them all out of the wrappers and picking them up and looking at every one of them just takes some time. There's no way around that. King Felix in there upside down again. When am I going to figure that out tonight? Apparently not yet. King Felix is a relic numbered to 25 for the Mariners. And I almost said Seahawks. Because we broke football earlier tonight. I came within like an inch of saying the Seattle Seahawks. You would have known what I meant, but still. Alrighty, there's another little numbered baby. Kirsch and the Dodgers to 650. I wonder how much Donruss they make, like cases wise. If so many parallels are numbered that high, it's got to be because of the amount of production. It's got to be a really high production run, I bet. I think. I don't know. I think so. But you do remember last year, Donruss baseball all of a sudden became scarce. It was so strange. It was in such high demand all of a sudden, out of nowhere. To $9.99 Polanco, Minnesota Twins. So you never know on any given year what product is suddenly going to be scarce. Of course, if they don't get this coronavirus thing under control, we may have all kinds of things being scarce. Not the least of which, by the way, all of our supplies, because they're made in China. Yeah, so like all those top loaders and team bags and sleeves and all that stuff, all made in China. Texas Rangers, Nick Solak. That is a signature series hollow foil autograph. So, of course, all the distributors over here right now have a good amount of it. But at some point along the way, there's going to be a disruption in the supply, and that's going to be interesting. To 324, that is Nolan Ryan as an Astro. In case I didn't say the Astro part, I'll show you that again. Being that Mr. Ryan played for a number of teams, important to point that out. So in response to the fact that I'm afraid somewhere down the road in a month or two, we may get hit with some big shortage, I ordered an outrageous amount of extra supplies. And it's all coming tomorrow, and I have no idea where I'm going to put it. Because it was like an extra, well, gosh, about an extra $1,500 worth of supplies that I would normally not have to worry about finding a place to put. I would just order it as I needed it, typically. But since everybody's kind of warning us about that there may be a disruption in the supply chain in the coming weeks, I thought, man, I better grab it. So now I'm going to be stacked to the ceiling all over the place with supplies. But hey, on the good news side, we should not run out, right? That's the way I'm looking at it anyway. That's what I'm thinking. Betsy, you need some Royals in here. You need a relic for some Kansas City Royals. All right, we will try to do that. And Jay Rivers, you don't care if it's long as you get a lot of hits. I paraphrase that, but I agree with that. The hits are to make it, definitely make it more worthwhile, right? Gil, you saw a guy pull a Tatis autograph earlier tonight and 2 rare prospects out of the set. Very nice. I like Fernando Tatis. He's another one of the young players I really enjoy watching. I don't get all of their games by any means, seeing as how they're on the West Coast, but I do get to see some of them because I have a tendency a lot of times during baseball season after I've done a break, you know, and the live part is completed, but I still have a lot of work to do to get things sleeved and top loaded and all that. So generally I still am sitting at this table for a good long while after the break is finished. And so I get my tablet out and I put on whatever game is on. And so since I'm generally watching it late at night as a result, I can find those West Coast games sometimes easier than I can see my East Coast games. So I do get to watch them play a little bit in that regard. You said the Houston autographs haven't declined in price. So I'm catching up on chat, guys. Sorry, it's harder for me to read it when we're looking through all the cards. It's easier when I'm taking things out of wrappers. So like Altuve and Bregman and all those guys, they haven't hit any. They haven't hit any decline in price as a result of that. I'm really surprised. Hang on one second, guys. I need some water and gals. Have to do a little hydration there. So Gil, you're asking about the little white spacers, also known as dummy cards and fillers, and lots of people call them different things. We were talking about that a little bit earlier, but what you're asking about is this card. Basically, those are in there, Gil, because sometimes people go to a hobby shop and maybe the hobby shop store owner has the box open where all the packs are in there. The packs aren't opened, but all the packs are in there. So someone might come along and try to feel the packs and feel for the thicker cards to try to find the hits, because many of the hits, particularly if they have a relic involved, are thicker, like this one. Who I keep just putting these in there upside down. That is killing me tonight. And we have Mark McGwire on the other side. That is for the St. Louis Cardinals. So the idea of those spacers, dummies, fillers, whatever you prefer to call them, is to keep the people who come in and feel for packs from getting like every hit out of the box. So they're going to feel that thicker one and think, oh yeah, this is a pack I need to buy. And then they open it up and guess what? It's not. It's got the filler card in it. So that's the idea, was to just try to keep people honest, or maybe nudge them in the direction of being more honest. How about that? That's the nice way to say it. Now that should definitely be numbered, right? I feel like that should be. That Nelson Cruz. It is. I see it over there now. Numbered to 100 on the Diamond Kings insert for the Twins. And yeah, I know we got some other stuff face down up there. We're going to grab it in a second. I just thought, you know what? We're so early. We're so early in this box. Let's save some of that so we don't see all of our good stuff right off the bat. That was my thought. Number 2/100, Corey Kluber, Texas Rangers. And there's another Dominators. It is, again, a pretty high-numbered little deal there with Mr. Ryu and the Dodgers to 999. And yet another high number. Hollow foil DJ LeMahieu for the New York Yankees. Well, that was the 304, so not as high, but still high by our lofty standards, right? That's what I think. Jay River says more boxes for the cats to jump in. Oh my gosh. Well, I got so many boxes today, obviously with 3 new releases and some of the cases being decent sized cases. So I already got a ton of boxes in. And I tried, ooh, Adley Rutschman on the other side. Nice. So I tried to get all that stuff unpacked and find a place for it today because all the supplies are coming tomorrow along with some other stuff. And it is 7 boxes of supplies. Big boxes. It's to 349, like really big, heavy boxes. And my UPS guy is going to be really, really unhappy with me because all those boxes will weigh over 50 pounds. They're all going to be enormous. I don't even know how he's going to get them all inside my door without me unpacking it as I go, but I'll have to figure it out. Well, there you go. If you've got the Angels, a Signature Series hollow foil for Patrick Sandoval autograph. So there you go, Angels. Got one for you. But truly, I was afraid not to order them. I hated doing it because, believe me, I have nowhere to put them. It's to 150 Mike Minor and the Rangers. Because I've already got a full, you know, the room that is dedicated to this is already full of supplies and cases and all kinds of other stuff. I'll have to find some space somewhere. That is Paul Molitor. It was numbered to 216. It's the Milwaukee Brewers. Well, Zach Collins just went with that other card there for a second. Because I don't want to be the guy, right? I don't want to be the guy who, of course I'm not a guy, but you know what I mean. I say man and guy when I, you know, am referencing anybody, female or male. I don't want to be the person who is going, hey, I ran out of supplies to $9.99, the Blue Jays, Vlad Guerrero Jr. And the distributor saying, oh yeah, we can get you some in 6 weeks. I just, oh. So I'm hoarding supplies to $249, Aaron Judge and the Yankees. Because really, what would you do? I mean, if we ran out, we wouldn't be able to do breaks or anything because you'd have no way to protect the cards to get them out. Numbered to 500. Mr. Christian Yelich with his nickname on there, Yelly, Milwaukee Brewers. And we've got another hit. I'm going to set it over there. I'm still not ready to look at it yet because you know what? I think I don't want to. We still got a long ways to go. I like there to be at least one that saves kind of towards the end. That also just feels like it should be numbered. It's such a nice looking card, but it wasn't numbered. You asked, what do I think of Heritage? Oh, I like Heritage. I always like Heritage. I love the throwback designs, right? So, I mean, we're 1971 this year. All of the 70s are kind of crazy, fun, bright colored designs, well, at least through the mid-70s. I like the late 60s as well, so I've had a lot of fun with Heritage the last few years. I like it. To 425, Yandy Diaz, Tampa Bay Rays. So it's another one that takes a little while to break and a little while to sort, but it's, to me, it's a fun product. I enjoy it. This one, sometimes it requires a little more thought just because I have to sometimes sit there and think, okay, like if, you know, looking at all the parallels and all the stuff. Bobby Dalbec, Boston Red Sox. It's our third hit out of this box. Third and final hit from box number 5, that was, right? All right, we're making progress then. We're getting there. We're rolling on down the road at a pretty good little clip, I suppose. Jay Rivers, despite all the expensive cat toys you have, your little one's like an empty cardboard box and a shoestring. Mine like boxes as well. I think all cats do. But they also like a lot of their toys. My cats play with their toys. So that's kind of cool. And my mother's cat, unfortunately, passed away recently at the age of 17. The cat, not my mother. And so there is one of my cats. He knows I'm talking about him, right? Yeah, so somebody down there needs to go play with him. Because he's wanting to play. Anyhow, she's been bringing over toys that did previously belong to her cat. So when she comes over to visit, she brings a new toy, and my cats have just been loving it. They're so excited by all the new toys and play with them quite a lot, even by themselves. I'm surprised, in fact, we haven't heard them yet tonight, because they both really like this. It's a ball that goes around a track, which they have one, but this is a different one in the sense that it's stacked. It's tiered. It's like 3 different balls on 3 different tracks, but it's all one toy. And so they've been fascinated by that. They've been having big fun with it. Betsy, you think that Vladdy's coming? You're looking for a little Vlad Guerrero Jr. to show up next? I'd be all right with that, too. Gil, you don't think Yelich is going to be the same after the knee injury? Boy, he better be. They're getting ready to sign him to a $200 million contract, if they haven't already. They're in the process of it, if it isn't done yet. The Gooding Life says, you're wondering if anybody can find you a picture of 1976 Cal Ripken Sr. postcard. Oh, wow. I definitely don't have that, man. Boy, I'm surprised you can't find it somewhere on the internet, though. I mean, it feels like you can find almost anything online, but it might be the key of knowing exactly how somebody has it tagged or titled. That might be the problem. But surely to goodness, somebody somewhere has it on there. Yeah, Jay Rivers, I had some of those LED balls for the cats, too, that light up when they roll, but they lost them. So, I don't know where they are. They apparently batted them under some furniture or something. I don't know, under the refrigerator. Who knows where they are, but wherever they are, they're not a place that I see. So, I don't know what they've done with them. Tonight, I'm also kind of surprised they haven't jumped into the big stack of wrappers, because that's another thing that sometimes will amuse them. How about Mr. Pete Alonso coming out for the New York Mets? And somebody stuck to him, so let's just remove him and take away the extra card and try again. Pete Alonso relic for the Mets, our first hit out of box number 6. Yeah, there are times I used to break this up into 6 boxes at a time and do 3 breaks out of a case. And I know, I finally just sucked it up and said, I gotta do them a half at a time. It's crazy to try to do 6, 6, and 6. Ooh, a printing plate, a 1 of 1. Yay. Happiness. Let's see what it is. Who it is, rather. We know what it is. It is Albert Pujols for the Angels, 1 of 1. And I'm sure everybody knows this, but on the off chance someone isn't familiar with printing plates, please keep in mind those are actually used in the making of the cards. So they pretty much always have surface scratches and wear on them, particularly on the back. Sometimes they have small bends on them. Sometimes they're pitted. Sometimes they have discoloration. Sometimes there's a sequence of names or numbers or letters or patterns imprinted on them as well. It's to 999 belly for the Dodgers. But that is all part of it. I mean, that's to be expected when you get a printing plate. So it's cool that they're 1 of 1s. I love that. Some people don't like them because they're bothered by the fact that they're not perfect. But to me, that's part of their charm. A Brendan McKay parallel, a Brendan McKay kind of night. That is numbered to 50 for the Tampa Bay Rays. Seen a lot of McKay. So hopefully my prediction is right and he'll be really good and make somebody some money and they'll be super happy. Number 2, 368. There's Jose Barrios, Minnesota Twins. I don't even know what's coming out next week. I hope it's not a lot, though, honestly, because we still have a ton of stuff to break. Heritage, obviously all the stuff that's come in this week, all the stuff still sitting down there that I haven't gotten to. You know, we've broken it once or twice maybe, and then there's more. And I didn't even get Leaf Ultimate Draft Football listed yet to 304, Charlie Blackmon and the Rockies. So that came out today too, and I didn't even have time to deal with that one. So somewhere along the way in the next week or 10 days, we will have to find ourselves breaking some Leaf Ultimate Draft Football, which is hard to do pre-draft because you either have to do it as a player break, which I personally don't prefer, or you have to do it as like a first letter of the last name kind of thing. So I'm going to have to look at the checklist. If it's not huge, you know, maybe 40 or less players, I would be willing to do it as a player break. But if we're talking 50, 60 players, oh, I don't know if I want to do that. That's for the Minnesota Twins, numbered to 439. So then we would revert back to first letter of the last name kind of deal. Or I could just stash it and not open it until the draft. That's always a possibility. Numbered to 86, Gary Carter. For the Mets, I should say that also. Because sometimes Gary Carter comes out for other teams too. But he's Met on that card, so... You are asking if Inception is out next week. I don't know. I don't remember the Topps calendar, and I didn't see an update on it last week, so I'll have to check on that. Usually they announce on Fridays whatever the changes are to their calendars because they change the release dates quite often. It's not at all uncommon to have one release date when you order it, and then that release date to change 3, 4, 5 times before the product actually hits the market. It's to $9.99 Bo Bichette and the Blue Jays. So a lot of times I don't know until Friday for sure what's coming out the following week, because that's when they change the calendar always. To 349, Royce Lewis, Minnesota Twins. And Betsy, you have a question. You said, if you don't get payment pre-break, what happens? The team is offered up to whoever's watching live. The team is resold. So if payment doesn't come in prior to the start of the break, the order gets canceled on eBay, and the team offered up for sale to whomever is watching live. A lot of times we have somebody that, a few people that might come in even at the start of a break just to check and see, hey, is there anything available tonight? And then if there is, they pick it up. And if they're not, that's fine too. Or somebody else who's watching, who's maybe they've been outbid on a team and then the team doesn't get paid for, so they come back and pick it up that way. Seattle Mariners, Justin Dunn, Signature Series hollow foil. Now, if I know way in advance, which doesn't happen too often, but occasionally I will, the only way I know to tell you is to get a feeling about one, and I will think, ooh, this probably isn't going to get paid. It's just to 324, if I can get it in the sleeve, Acuna for the Braves. And if I get that feeling about one, I will sometimes reach out to the eBay underbidder prior to the break. Aquino to $9.99, the Reds, and let them know, hey, here's the situation. Like, I've got this 0 feedback bidder, and they haven't answered my messages. You know, I'm worried they're not going to pay for it. Do you want it if they don't, kind of thing. And if they say yes, then like a minute before the break starts, I'll just send them the second chance and they pick it up that way. So occasionally we do it that way, but otherwise it would be offered up live. Bobby Bradley, Cleveland Indians, a Signature Series hollow foil autograph. So yeah, don't let that stuff ride. I used to, a few years ago especially, I would have a tendency more to let stuff ride. And these days I just don't do that because, frankly, it used to cost me every year, not hundreds, but thousands of dollars every year in people who bid and didn't and never paid. So I stopped a couple years ago really letting stuff ride. Unfortunately, you just can't anymore. Because there's a whole subset of people out there that will bid on breaks and not pay for them ahead of time. And they'll tell you something, all kinds of things. I mean, I've heard everything. From, oh, my credit card's suddenly not working, to, oh, I'm on my way to the convenience store to pick up a prepaid eBay card to pay for it, or, you know, oh, I'm having an emergency, but I have time to text you, but I'm having an emergency and I'll pay for it later. I mean, they'll tell you anything. I'm at work, I'll pay for it on a break, I swear, you know. And sometimes even from people that you know, and know as in they've broken with you many times. I've even had it happen that way, although frankly that was a lot less often than people you don't know. But anyway, the idea is then they watch the break, and if they hit something that covers the price of their bid, they pay for it. And if they don't hit something that covers the price of their bid, they don't pay for it. And so there are groups of people that do exactly that. So unfortunately, because of people like that, you can't let anything ride anymore. Yeah, even people I know, I really just don't let stuff ride, which is terrible for the people who are honest and would never do anything like that. But fortunately, the people who are honest and never would do anything like that, they understand if something does happen. So, you know, if they got tied up and they just didn't see it, or they didn't have a chance to pay, or they got caught at work or whatever, they don't get angry if the team goes to somebody else. They get it, and it's no harm, no foul. The team just moves on. So that is kind of how it works with me anyway. Everybody does it differently though. So every breaker has their own way of handling it, I think. But most will not do the break with unpaid stuff. Most people, I think, will find somebody for the spot. Gil says you need another beer. Me too, Gil. Bring me one too. Yeah, no, I could never drink and break. I've thought about it before, though, like as an experiment. Do you guys remember when they had, some of you may not be old enough to remember this, but when they used to do the commercials about this is your brain and this is your brain on drugs kind of thing, and it was something to do with eggs and scrambled eggs. I can't exactly remember. Anyway, sometimes they would do radio shows where the hosts would drink throughout the show so you could see the effects of the alcohol on them and how it impacted their ability to do their radio show. And it was funny. And so I've often thought I'd like to do a break that way, not that anybody paid to be in, but just breaking my own personal stuff. I think it'd be kind of fun. Max Fried and the Atlanta Braves. And that is a cool looking autograph too on the classified card set. Very sweet looking little hit there. I do enjoy that one for the Atlanta Braves and Max Fried. You think the whammy's going to be in this box, Betsy? All right, well, let's see. You've been pretty good with your predictions so far. We'll see how you come out here. So a second hit out pretty quickly from box number 7. And once again, I've got it in upside down, and there's a card stuck to it. I am remedial tonight. Try that one more time. Atlanta Braves, Greg Maddux relic. Second of our 3 hits out of this box. Oh no, Betsy, I didn't worry about you at all. I mean, you paid right on time, and I wasn't worried about you at all. I'm always glad to have new people. I certainly don't ever want to discourage somebody from joining the breaks or even just coming to hang out. Even if you're not in the breaks, you just like to come and hang out and chat with us and all that. I'm always good with that. So I didn't even give it a second thought tonight, actually. Now, if it had been maybe 60 seconds before the break, I might have been like, oh. But otherwise, no. I mean, I look at what's unpaid when there's maybe anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes left to go before the break. And I send out reminders to anybody, regulars and otherwise, if they haven't paid yet, saying, hey, don't forget. This is numbered to 100. Lewis Thorpe comes out for the Twins. And generally, if somebody has gotten busy or not realized they won it or whatever the case might be, generally when they see that note, they go on pay for it then, and we're all good. So usually it works out all right. It's the 225 Minnesota Twins and Polanco. For sure, there are times when people don't pay every week. Absolutely. We run across that. To 335, Kansas City Royals. But fortunately, it's not a whole lot. It comes in waves, it seems like. And everybody was great tonight. Everybody got their money in early and smooth as silk for the most part. To 75, Zach Gallen. Considering we had 3 teams tonight, I sent maybe, 5 reminders with about 20 minutes to go. And just shortly after the reminders went out, boom, everybody was paid and we were rocking. Numbered to 999, Aristides Aquino, Cincinnati Reds. And always, it seems, on new release nights in particular, often we get new people joining us on any night that there's a lot of new releases. So I always look forward to it. I think it's fun. Numbered to 500, Barrios and the Minnesota Twins. But we've also got a lot of people who are regulars that are here several times a week, or, maybe they're here quite a bit and then they're gone for a little while and then they come back around for a little while. But yeah, we got a pretty good little group of I call them my break family. I got a pretty good little break family, and we're always happy to add new members. So we're really racking up on our Team USAs up there. But won't take us long to give them out because they'll all go, well, if they go to the Team USA side, they'll all go out as a group. If random awards them to the veteran side, then obviously those all have associated teams. We don't have to sweat that. Another numbered Bo Bichette. This one to 249. Lots and lots and lots of Bo Bichette. Mucho grande Bo Bichette. And lots of Acuñas numbered tonight, too, as a matter of fact. Seems like those two coming out more so than almost anybody else in regard to the numbered ones. Lots of them. And another one numbered to 999. That one finds us looking at Matt Chapman for the Oakland A's on the front. Numbered to 75, Max Scherzer for the World Series winning Washington Nationals. We have a Sam Hilliard for the Colorado Rockies. A Signature Series hollow foil autograph for Colorado. Yeah, I like Fried too, Gil. I agree with you. I like Max Fried. There's a lot of young pitchers that look pretty good these days. Many of them we got some glances at last year, and we'll get more extended looks this year. To 349, Verlander. like McKay that I was talking about earlier, and several guys really that came up short term, and then we'll see how they shake out on a little more long-term basis this year. Numbered to 500, Bregman, Astros. But it's always kind of fun to watch the young guys develop. All right, kids. We have one box left, believe it or not. One left. So we're getting there. Betsy, you said Bo knows Donruss. I remember those commercials. Bo knows baseball. Bo knows football. Some of you may not be old enough to remember those commercials, but they were Bo Jackson, who, of course, multi-sport athlete. And I guess, who actually was the advertiser for the Bo Knows? Was it Nike? Bo knows baseball. Bo knows football. So, yeah, I got your reference there. Ah, Rivers, Jay Rivers, we got you hit you needed. Yay! That makes me happy. You've gotten 8 hits and 4 breaks. Well, you're rolling right along then. Now, see, Jay Rivers, I could not tell you much about spin rate. You're talking about Max Scherzer and his vertical drop in spin rate. I am not one to really converse intelligently about spin rate. I mean, I know what it is and I know it's important, but as far as being able to tell you anybody's stats on spin rate or anything like that, I just haven't really done a deep dive on that. I'll just admit it. I haven't. But what I can tell you is I love Max Scherzer. I like to watch him pitch, and I was really happy when they won the World Series. I wanted them to win. They were the underdogs, and boy, there were a couple times I did not think they were going to make it out alive, but buddy, they pulled it out, and I was thrilled when they won the World Series. I thought it was great. It was the Nike campaign for Bo Jackson. All right, cool. I kind of thought it was, and then I wasn't sure after I said that. Gil, I am not from Ohio, but I am a Reds fan. Yes, I am. I'm for baseball. That's my primary team. Although I do enjoy watching a lot of players and other teams, especially the younger guys. So I'm definitely a diehard Reds fan. You have to be diehard if you're a Reds fan because it's hard to be a Reds fan. It's a hard life, man. But I like a lot of other teams too. And football, my team is the Steelers. I'm all about Pittsburgh. In the NBA, my loyalties are very split. University of Kentucky is my alma mater. We have a lot of guys in the NBA, and as such, I like to watch a lot of different teams, mainly because I just like to watch our guys play, and I'd like our guys to do well. So I don't have a dedicated NBA team. I just watch my former UK guys mostly. So, but also I like watching a lot of other football teams besides just the Steelers. Coming to mind right off the bat, Kansas City Chiefs. I just love little Pat Mahomes. I love watching that kid play. And that's another one. I was so happy they won the Super Bowl. I thought that was great. That is A.J. Puck for the Oakland A's, and it was numbered to 349. And I don't think I managed to say Last Box Mojo, but we are officially in Last Box Mojo time right now. So we've got to kind of collectively pool our mental energy here, what's left of it, right? And see if we can conjure up some big, fiery, volcanic hits out of the last box. That's the goal. Mike Trout to 249 for the Angels. I think I feel a relic in my hand. Walker Buehler. He's from my area, as a matter of fact. Los Angeles Dodgers and Walker Buehler with a relic numbered to 99. Might be our only numbered relic for the night, is it? I think it might be. Something like that. Oh, you called it. You said we'd find the whammy in this half, and there it is out of the last box. So Last Box Mojo just, boom, brought it home, right? And it is yours, Betsy, with Alex Bregman and the Astros. So those of you who chose the left-hand side of the case, well, you chose very well. The Force was with you, as they would say in Star Wars language. And you managed to pick the side of the case that had the whammy. Numbered to 140. It's George Springer for the Houston Astros. And personally, I just kind of like it that it waited till the last box, because that means Last Box Mojo worked. You'd be surprised how many times it comes out that way. You say Last Box Mojo, and like one of the good things of the night's in there. Numbered to 50, that was Peralta and the Diamondbacks. Haven't called a lot for Arizona tonight, so I'm sure they are glad to have that added to their tally. J.P. Crawford, Seattle Mariners, Sky High. That is another nice looking signature insert. I much prefer that to the Signature Series regular one. That's a sweet looking little hit there. So J.P. Crawford and the Mariners with the Sky High hollow foil autograph out of the last box. We're getting there. Betsy says that spin rate is the lowest level that measures how many beers I've had during the drinking break. I love it. I love it. One of these days, I swear to you, I'm going to do that. I'm going to just get my own box of cards or a couple boxes of cards. And someday you're going to see me go live, and that's what I'm going to be doing. Trevor Bauer and the Reds to 100. Except if you wanted it to take effect, I think I'd probably have to do shots or something. Because, beer, you have to have a lot of beer to have it affect you. To 500, German Marquez Rockies. At least to the ability, at least affect you to the point where you wouldn't maybe be able to adequately conduct the break. It would take a while, and I would get really full, so I wouldn't be probably consuming it quickly enough to make it work. Plus, I'd always be having to get up and empty it out. To 149, another Ronald Acuna for the Braves. So, yeah, if I do it, I'm thinking it's got to be shots, right? That's how I think it would have to be. That's my thought on it. So, one of these days, maybe I will do it. I don't know. I'm probably too old to be messing with that kind of stuff these days, but you never know. You never know. Mood strikes me. Zach Gallen, numbered 250, Arizona Diamondbacks. It is entirely possible. The other thing I've been wanting to do, I've got a lot of stuff around here. Signed memorabilia, cards, all kinds of stuff. From a lot of it is from the early days when I would let things carry over and then people would never pay for their spots. Numbered to 999. And so I have stuff just accumulated that people never paid for. And I sometimes unsold spots too, because there are nights you have breaks, especially memorabilia breaks and maybe another redemption autograph. For whatever reason, all the spots don't sell, and then one of the unsold spots hits the memorabilia, so then I end up with it. Got a lot of that kind of stuff. I thought it would be fun to do like a break that's a garage sale. Does that make sense, kind of? Numbered to 254, Jose Altuve Astros, where I would just be able to show, like, here, I have this, and does anybody want it, and that kind of thing. So I've thought about a lot of different stuff like that, but I really don't have time to do it. I keep pretty busy all the time between the breaking, the sorting, the shipping, keeping everybody fed and clothed. You know the drill. Life, it takes time, doesn't it? It eats into our time. right, on the back here is Marcus Stroman. Of course, we don't know if it's going to go to that side or if it's going to go to the USA Baseball side, so we'll be finding that out momentarily. Numbered to 499, Eugenio Suarez, my Cincinnati Reds. Oh, Gil, you're from Kentucky. All right, so you're here in my part of the country. You're an Indians fan. Oh, you skipped right over the Reds and went straight up north, did you? All right. Well, I don't watch the Indians play very much, hardly ever. And usually if there's a player, if I'm breaking something, you know, when you break Leaf, how they don't have the team names or the city names on there, so you have to rely on your memory. Or ones that I think I'm going to forget. Sometimes I make myself a little cheat sheet or whatever. And a good amount of the ones that I forget are the ones for the Indians. For some reason, I have a hard time remembering where the Indians go. I mean, who their players are. I am really quickly here trying to sort out most of our cards. I may not be hitting all of them, but I'm trying to sort out the ones that are numbered 50 or lower. And truthfully, I may have accidentally stacked some of them in the larger stack. So if you saw it go through earlier and you know it's numbered to 50 or lower and you don't see it go through here, don't worry about that. It doesn't mean that you're not going to get it or anything like that. It just really would mean that I stacked it in the wrong place. But we have some housekeeping to do before we recap anyway. So got a couple of redemptions we're getting ready to flip over. We'll find out who's on the other side of those and then go find out what, if anything, they're numbered to. We've got this guy here that we have got to give away using random.org. And then we've got all of these that are USA Baseball on one side, current active veteran players on the opposite side. So we have to find a home for those too. So this is how it's going to go. Oh, Jay Rivers, you're a Georgia alum. I didn't realize that. Oh, well, cool. How did I not know that all this time? I don't know. All right, first redemption. Oh, nice. That's Aaron Judge, man. Betsy, did you have the Yankees tonight too? I think you did. Classified signatures blue. So Betsy is officially winning the break. She's already hit a ton of stuff, and now I think this goes to you too with the Aaron Judge. I believe so. All right, the next one is... Oh, man. I can't pronounce his name. One everybody wants. He's a prospect. Tsugo, I think. But I think that's wrong. Really, I don't think that's how you pronounce it. But anyway, that's how we're going to pronounce it. So, yeah, that's how I pronounced it. Now, I got to get us over here to the Panini website. So sit tight there for a little hot second. And let me get myself set up, and then I'll move us over there in that general direction. Just one little second. Uh-oh, wait a minute. Is that what that is? Oh, I think it is. All right, so they are not, I don't think, going to tell me on the Panini website the team. I don't think that they generally do when we're talking about the redemptions for their baseball products, because they technically don't have a baseball license. That's why they don't, see the team names and team logos. It'll just say Houston or Seattle or whatever. So I don't think it's actually going to tell us the team names on here, but it should at least tell us what it's numbered to, if anything. So we're going to look up the Aaron Judge first. I better make sure I brought you over. Did I? I did. Okay, good. Classified signatures blue, and he is card number 1. So that's going to be a cool looking card too with the classified signatures. If I can find it. Why is it not there under C? Where is it? Should be like right there. But yet it's not. Where the heck is it? Am I in the wrong? I'm in the wrong year. I'm in 2019. I'm going, why is there no classified signature? Oh, see, I have been doing this too long. And now it's not going to come up? Come on, man. There we go. Good grief. Okay, sorry. That was my fault. I was in totally wrong year. Classified signature blue. Card number 1, Mr. Aaron Judge. He will be numbered 299. All right, so that's not too shabby. Now let's go over here and find out where what Yoshi is numbered 2, if anything. He's a Tampa Bay Ray, I do believe. Signature Series is our card set, and we're going to try to find out what he's numbered to. Signature Series. Just regular, right? No, yeah. He's card number 51. 51. Oh, he's unnumbered. Okay, so that was just going to be an open edition. He doesn't belong to... Well, he doesn't have any numbering on it. And now let me just double check and make sure he's a Tampa Bay Ray. I'm pretty sure that he is, but I'm going to make totally sure that he is. Because he just signed wherever he signed back in a couple months ago. December, maybe November, December. Yes, he is the Tampa Bay Rays. Okay, cool. I just looked that up, and you were probably telling me that in chat, but I wasn't on that page, so I couldn't tell at that moment. I was busy. I was looking at something else. All right, now we've got some other stuff to do here. Betsy, you did ask for some Aaron Judge magic. You did pretty well tonight. As a whole, I'm pretty impressed with that. So this guy, we're going to give this guy out using random.org. And you know what I'm going to do? We're going to go ahead and put him in here because I'm going to write on this top loader right after we do it so I can remember where it goes. So I'm going to bring you along with me while we work our way through this process. First part is copying all the team names from the spreadsheet. That's easy. Then we're going to buzz back over to here and go to random. And paste them in. Now, I do random the same way every time. I'm going to give you a quick little rundown. When we have 9 or fewer items in our list that is to be randomized, I do random 3 different times. The first 2 don't count. Only the third and final random makes the decision. When we have 10 or more, as we obviously do here with our 30 teams, I do random 1 single time. And wherever it lands, it lands. Whoever's in the number 1 spot after we randomize is going to get this little Domingo card. Now, I will scroll through here so you can see that I did, in fact, copy and paste all the teams in there correctly. Your team is in there. We're going to randomize, and good luck. That one goes to the Indians, the Cleveland Indians, which might also, is that also you? It might also be you. I think you might be having a really good break tonight, Betsy. I mean, this part, you're probably like, I don't care about that card. But anyway, it's still nice, right? I'm going to bring you back to me for a moment because we've got to look at these cards. So each card in this stack has a Team USA baseball player on the front who is not yet affiliated with a Major League Baseball team. On the back, we have a current Major League Baseball player in his Team USA uniform. So the first thing we have to do is go ahead and decide, are we going to go to the veteran player on the back, or are we going to go to Mr. Team USA on the front? I guess technically I could have done a total Team USA since all the veterans are in their Team USA uniform, and it probably would have been easier, but I just felt like you kind of have a claim to the player on the back if they're on a veteran team. That's just how I felt about it. So we are going to go to random and get this done. And the first thing we have to do is decide if it's going to the veteran or if it's going to the prospect. So in this instance, we're only going to have 2 things in our list. We will randomize 3 times. First 2 won't count. Third one will decide. So prospect / front or veteran / back. I don't know. Maybe in other breaks, we'll switch it up and put it as USA Baseball. Maybe we won't. I don't know. All right, so ignore the first one. And ignore the second one. Here comes our third and final. It comes up to the prospect or the front of the card. You'll see there are 3 times and our date and time stamp and all that. So since it comes up to the prospect side of the card, that means that whole little group of cards is now going to be randomed off to one team because the prospects aren't otherwise assigned teams. So we're going to randomize this list once. Whatever team comes up in the number 1 spot gets that whole group of USA baseball cards. So here we go. It is going to the Cincinnati Reds. All right, so that is this little group of cards right here. Will go, has gone, whatever you want to say, to the Cincinnati Reds. So that part's done. This, of course, we just gave out to the Indians by way of random. That's all the randoms that we have to do tonight. Oh, I just hit the cord. I'm so sorry, guys. I hit the cord and then knocked the camera and then knocked everything all crazy. Yeah, I know, because it rotates. So the little head went crazy. I went crazy. Mostly, well, I hit the cord. What can I tell you? It went flying. Sorry. Mr. Toad's Wild Ride at the end of the night. All right, let's recap. After we recap, I'm going to put up the spreadsheet information. We'll talk about your shipping dates one final time and take one more look at what's coming up in the days ahead. So we had a 1-of-1 printing plate. That is Albert Pujols going to the Angels. Numbered to 5. A nice little Daniel Mendick there for the White Sox. A whammy ultra rare insert is how they are referred to by Panini. Alex Bregman, Astros. The Mets and Thor, this one numbered to 32. Numbered to 25, Brian Abreu, Astros. Bo Bichette, also numbered to 25 for the Blue Jays. Numbered to 50, Brandon McKay and the Rays. To 50, Zach Gallen and the Diamondbacks. And Peralta to 50 for the D-backs. And there are, of course, loads of other numbered cards that are higher numbers. And if I accidentally stacked a lower number one in with the higher ones, don't worry. You're still going to get it. If we pulled it and it belongs to you, you're going to receive it. It just might not have gotten recapped if I accidentally stacked it in the wrong spot. Our relic recap. It's a Walker Buehler to 99 for the Dodgers. Greg Maddux coming out next there for the Atlanta Braves. Mr. Pete Alonso for the Mets. Mark McGwire as a Cardinal on that card. King Felix, numbered to 25. Felix Hernandez for the Mariners. Ozzie Albies relic for the Braves. All right, next up, the autograph hits. The Tampa Bay Rays with the guy whose name I butchered a moment ago. I'm just going to call him Yoshi. All right, so Yoshi with an open edition, unnumbered signature series autograph. And Aaron Judge for the Yankees. That is a classified signature blue parallel, which will be numbered to 99 according to the Panini website. Sky High, Seattle Mariners, J.P. Crawford autograph. Sam Hilliard for the Rockies. This is what your Aaron Judge will look like. That's why I said it's like my favorite card set out of here for autographs. So the Aaron Judge is going to be so cool. That's Max Fried for the Atlanta Braves. Bobby Bradley, Cleveland Indians. Justin Dunn, Mariners. Bobby Dalbec for the Red Sox. Patrick Sandoval, Angels. Nick Solak for the Rangers. Bo Bichette, Blue Jays. Taylor Clark, Arizona Diamondbacks. Tres Barea, Washington Nationals. And this, you know what? I just have this in the wrong stack. Corey Seager relic for the Dodgers. I accidentally had stacked in with the autographs, but that's okay. We would have had to recap it anyway. Brendan McKay, Tampa Bay Rays. Aaron Savale for the Indians. Another relic I stacked in the wrong spot is Nolan Arenado for the Colorado Rockies. And we got it started tonight here in Donruss with the A.J. Puck to 99 for the Oakland A's. All right. Whew, man, what a night. We have been going at this for a long time, almost 3 hours. We're getting in barely under 3 hours, though. So I thought it might take a full 3 hours. So, hey, we're saving like 15 minutes. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling happy. All right, so that is the break for tonight and the recap, but we are going to put up the spreadsheet info one more time. So if you missed your shipping date and all that jazz or any of that, it's coming up right now. Don't leave if you need to know it. So, expecting this to be out the door and on the way by Monday. Now, some of it I may be able to get out sooner, and honestly, if some of it takes longer than I think to sort and ship, it could slide later than Monday into Tuesday, but I really hope not. I'm taking off tomorrow night for that reason, so I can do extra sorting, and ditto just stepping off on Sunday night, not breaking there either for the same purpose. So hopefully Monday it's all going to be out the door, maybe sooner, shouldn't be later. If you got skunked in encased football, the only one that could have happened with tonight, you will still get a package in the mail with consolation card or cards in it. Always done that way if it is a paid shipping break. And of course, in the other breaks tonight, everybody will have pulled cards and we won't have to worry about consolation cards there. Our breaks that are coming up in the days ahead. So tomorrow night is an off night. I got to recover, friends. And more importantly, I've got a ton of sorting to do because there's another break still ahead of this one or two that have to go out. And then Friday night, we're going to get back into some Heritage Baseball. We'll do a half case break. It will be the start of a brand new case. On Saturday night, a pair of Leaf autographed multi-sport jerseys, spot sold by the first letter of the last name and all listed in the football category. A 2020 Leaf autographed baseball bat, and the back half of this case of Donruss baseball, all on tap for Saturday night. Sunday night will be an off night. Monday night we'll come back and finish up the Heritage that we start on Friday. So that's what it looks like in the days ahead, and I guess, yeah, that's it for me tonight. Whew, I tell you, it was a long one. I thank you guys for hanging in there with me, because it was definitely a long one. All right, well, I am done for tonight. I'm off tomorrow night. I will be back at it Friday night. If I do not see you then, I hope you will come back and see me sometime soon. In the meantime, enjoy the rest of your week, and we'll see you Friday. Bye now.